got good news for you. We's gonna get a bull.
Hot dog! I'm going right out and buy me a big club.
Now, hold on, boy. You ain't gonna tie into that critter with a club.
Heck no, that's to beat off the women.
Melvin, be reasonable. I know we're a little over budget.
You're $100,000 over budget.
But we're making the greatest bullfight picture of all time. Sand and blood.
I don't mind the sand, but stop spending my blood.
Chief, this picture will thrill millions of aficionados like myself. It will be the movie debut of El Magnifico.
El baloney. Now, I want this picture wrapped up. Now, you tell him to throw his bull and get back to Spain.
But you just don't say that to the world's greatest matador.
I'll say it to him. Now, you get that steer jockey in here. Get going, El Scrammo.
We will not stand here and allow you to insult one of the greatest toreros to ever enter the bull ring.
Yes, and we're putting him on film.
We're putting him on a boat.
Melvin, just the women who come to see this picture will make it a success.
That's true. El Magnifico is one of the world's most eligible bachelors.
Yes, he'll make the 100,000 back for you.
That clown wouldn't know what 100,000 looks like.
He gets 100,000 for one bullfight.
What?
That clown is worth $5 million.
How dare you call him a clown? We can't let this man go back to Spain. He must stay here with his money.
His money is in Spain.
I'll take care of that.
He can't stay here. He's not an American citizen.
But he will be if he marries an American girl. And I know just the girl. The perfect mate for El Magnifico.
Oh, Chief, you really think so?
Yes, Ellie Mae Clampett.
Ellie Mae. But they have nothing in common.
You call a joint savings account of 20 million nothing?
Who has insulted me? What idiota dares to call El Magnifico steer jockey?
Idiota! You, senor! Forgive him, Your Majesty. He doesn't realize that bullfighting is an art form, a ritual, a drama that has been woven into the very fabric of Spanish history for 1,000 years. A drama that has produced its greatest performer in the person of El Magnifico. Gracias. Ramon Miguel de Santoya y Manzanares, at your service. El Milberno Tabasco de Drysdale at yours.
Hey, y'all come out and see my bull.
You got a good one, Jethro?
I'll say. Got horns clean out to here. And strong as a bull.
I figured.
Well, you can tell by looking at him, he's a real scrapper.
We'll be out directly.
Wash up and have some victuals.
Ah, dash him, Granny. Ellie's out there, and that rascal's liable to throw her clean over the house. Hey, Ellie, get away from that bull!
I miss you, Jethro. I'm gonna call him Marvin.
This thing ain't no pet.
Well, what you gonna do with it?
I'm gonna fight him.
Well, what for?
For fame, fortune, and females.
Huh?
There's something about seeing a man fight a bull that just drives women wild.
How come?
I don't know. But you watch and see if it stirs you up when I go to tussling with him.
Okay.
Come on, bull. Let's mix it up. Come on. I dare you. Cross over that line. Well, come on. I spot you 800 pounds. How's that, Ellie?
Well, I'm commencing to get stirred up.
Hot dog. Now I'll show you my step over toe hold.
Fighting it, Jeff?
I don't know if he's fighting it or trying to shoe it.
Give?
I'm commencing to get real stirred up.
I see better wrestling than a sheep shearing.
What's the bull doing?
He's looking at Jethro, kind of puzzled.
What's Jethro doing?
I think that's what the bull's trying to figure out. Well, if that's all there is to bullfighting, I don't think it's going to catch on.
A lot of nonsense. Jethro will just get that critter so muscle-bound he'll be too stringy to barbecue. I'll see who's at the door, Jed.
Okay, Granny, you ain't likely to miss nothing.
All right, Ellie. Get ready to be stirred to a peak of frenzy. I'm going to jump on this rascal and throw him with a combination horn lock and stomach scissors.
Oh, Jethro!
There's a crowd pleaser. Looks like the bull's getting the hang of the fighting even if you ain't.
The bull didn't do this. Ellie did.
I was fixing to hurt Marvin.
Yeah, she's going to make a pet out of my fighting bull and ruin my career. I'm on the way to fame, fortune, and females. Ellie, leave him be! She's going to have him fetching sticks.
Don't knock it, boy. It's better than what you had him doing.
What happened?
Oh, nothing. Ellie just threw Jethro through the door.
Oh, boy, is he hurt?
Mr. Clampett, Granny, there couldn't be a better time to tell you my good news. I have a man for Ellie.
Praise be. Fetch him in. We'll have a wedding barbecue.
Oh, now, hold on. We ought to know something about the fella.
Of course. Well, he's a bachelor.
That's enough. Fetch him in.
I couldn't do that anyway. You see, Granny, he's in a movie at Mr. Clampett's studio.
Hear that, Jed? He's a movie star.
Well, not yet. He's actually a matador. He's making Sand and Blood.
I don't care if he's just making room and board. Ellie Mae!
Tell me some more about this fella, Mr. Drysdale. You know what kind of a man he is?
To the penny.
What I mean is he a nice fella? Nice looking?
Mr. Clampett, wherever this man goes, all over the world, women throw themselves at his feet.
Well, I don't downgrade good-looking feet.
I'll have her ready in a jiffy, Mr. Drysdale.
Well, I'll go along and help them pick out just the right dress for this fellow. He's something special.
Danged if he ain't. Pretty feet, and where's the dress?
Yeah, Uncle Jed, Miss Jane straightened me out on that bullfighting business.
She did, huh?
Yeah, it turns out you don't hand wrestle them at all.
Just kind of wasting your time, huh?
Yeah, but I know what to do now.
What's the tablecloth for?
For the bull.
Wait a minute, boy. Let your granny cook him first.
Now, you bring Mr. Moan home with you for victuals tonight, Ellie.
Mr. Who?
Didn't you say his name was Ray Moen? I'll bake a couple of possums, and I'll puree some crow gizzards.
Well, maybe he'll want to take Ellie to a Spanish restaurant. You see, they like their food highly flavored.
Oh. Well, if he likes his victuals with a high flavor, I'll chicken fry a polecat, and I'll open up some goat cheese.
We'll let you know, Granny.
Goodbye, and be a good girl, Ellie.
I will.
Ha-ha! Ho! Ha-ha! Ha-ha! Ho! There, see? That's how you're supposed to do it.
I'm afraid it's hopeless, Jethro. Marvin is simply not a fighting bull.
Well, I sure would like to see the kind old Magnifico fights.
Let's go over to the studio. They're filming a corrida this afternoon.
Hot dog! I'll get my coat.
Excuse me, Miss Jane, but you hadn't out to wave nothing red in front of a bull?
Oh, but that's a... Thank you.
Say, have you seen this fella that Mr. Drysdale's got for Ellie?
Oh, indeed I have. What a beautiful man.
Beautiful?
From his pink stockings right up to his pigtail.
Let's go, Miss Jane. See you later, Uncle Jed.
Bye.
Pink stockings and pigtails. And after Ellie waited so long for a man.
Ah, Ramon, here is your lovely surprise, just as I promised. Senorita Ellie Mae Clampett, may I present El Magnifico.
Howdy.
Qué hermosa. Es usted infinitamente más linda de lo que me habían hecho creer. Por favor, acuda a la filmación de la corrida y dedicaré el toro a usted.
Well, what'd he say?
Howdy.
I'm sorry to cut this short, but the Plaza de Toros said it's clear over on the back lot. We've got 5,000 extras waiting.
Please, come and sit in the front row, and I will cut off an ear for you.
Oh, don't do that. You only got two.
What does she mean by that?
Howdy. Well, you run along. We'll be there. Hasta luego. Well, Ellie Mae, how did you like him?
Well, he's awful pretty. But back home, fellas ain't marrying age till they's in long pants.
Oh, he's old enough. He'll make a great husband.
Well, I wouldn't mind cooking for him. I sure would hate to have to wash and iron that Ooh.
Oh, you're just in time. El Magnifico is beginning his cape work.
Pretty near got him. Why don't he throw away that old red overcoat and lay down like everybody's telling him? He's gonna get hurt.
No, he's not, Ellie. He's just teasing the bull.
Teasing it.
Yes, to tire it out.
Hey, you stop teasing that bull. Stop it or I ain't gonna marry you.
Ellie, don't distract him. The bull might get him.
Done it again.
No, Ellie, no! Ellie, no!
Bull! I didn't even hear him coming.
It wasn't the bull, it was me. And what's more, I ain't gonna marry you.
Mira, yo he conocido americanas locas, pero a usted no le gana a nadie.
And you ain't gonna make up to me with no howdy.
Hey, Mr. Drysdale, what happened?
Your cousin Ellie just threw El Magnifico out of... Where did you get that?
Over the wardrobe. Miss Jane done learned me to be a bullfighter. Boy, am I gonna get the women now.
Jethro, you don't know how...
Hey, there's a bull that ain't busy.
Yes, but you don't want to... Get up. Jethro! Jethro, get out of there!
Hi, Bull! It's me, El Jethro. You and me's gonna fight. Of course, it ain't really fighting. I'm just gonna wave this fancy tablecloth and duck aside when you run at me. Come on. Don't be scared. It ain't gonna hurt you.
Jethro, run!
I ain't supposed to run. He is. Come on, Bull. Hey, watch them horns. I don't want you ripping my fancy britches. Ow! You stepped on my toe. This time I'll get my feet out of your way. There. Now, come on. Let's make it look good so as I can get me some women. Hey, look. Nobody likes a smart aleck bull. You do that again, I'm gonna throw away that tablecloth and clamp a body scissors on you.
Jethro, you'll be torn to pieces!
Yeah, I know. Them women's gonna mob me. Hey, wait a minute. Are you ready yet? If Miss Jane is stupid bull ain't fighting fair. Tell me what to do.
Mr. Jethro, you shouldn't have gone in there. Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine. But that bull sure needs some lessons.
What you wearing, boy?
This here is what you call a suit of lights.
Well, let's go plug it in and see how it looks.
It ain't electric, Uncle Jed. This here is what you wear fighting bulls.
You got kind of stoved up. Bunch of girls fling themselves at you?
No, but that bull sure did. I think that's why they call it a suit of lights. When that bull hits you, your light's 40 foot away.
I take it you ain't going to make it your life's calling.
I'll say I ain't. I'm going back to being a brain surgeon.
Well, how come you kept the suit?
I'm going to be working mostly around bull rings.
Not a call for a brain surgeon in there?
There's got to be, Uncle Jed. Anybody that fights bulls for a living needs a lot of work on his brain.
Gypsies. Sid! Quick! Gypsies! Hide the island! Sid!
What's the matter, Granny? What's all the yelling about?
Gypsies! Right outside. They're they've come to steal Jethro.
Jethro?
They always steal boy babies.
That's a 230-pound baby you're talking about.
I can do it. They got a big wagon.
What's all hollering?
Jethro, quick, get upstairs and hide under the bed.
What for?
So the gypsies won't steal you.
Gypsies?
Oh, you're my only baby boy, and I love you.
Yeah, but Jim, what is she talking about?
Get upstairs, you 230-pound numbskull. Don't open it, then. Just shoot them through the door.
Shoot him?
Maybe they'll take the hint and go away.
I ain't turning nobody away from my door without I know what they want.
I told you what they want. Besides, they'll steal all our pigs and our chickens.
There ain't a pig or a chicken on this place.
They done cleaned us out.
Howdy, ma'am.
Greetings. I am Narda, Queen of Gypsies.
We ain't got no boy babies.
This is my son Yerko.
Howdy.
Where did you steal him?
That'll do now. What can I do for you, ma'am?
For small sum of $1, I tell your fortune. Reveal the future.
Oh, no thanks.
50 cents?
What ain't the money? You can have that.
You don't want to see the future?
Well, I believe I'd rather be surprised like everybody else. Here's your dollar, though.
Don't give it to her, Jed. She's a faker. She can't tell nobody's fortune.
If lady let me see her palm, I reveal her future.
No, no. You want to steal my rings.
You ain't wearing no ring.
Please?
How many fingers I got, Jed?
5?
You see that I get 5 back.
Nice looking team of horses.
Thank you.
I see.
What do you see?
Nothing. Narda can tell no more.
Why? What's the matter?
Don't ask. Come, Yerko.
But you got $1 to tell me the future.
Here, take it back. Quickly, Yerko. We must leave before it happens.
Before what happens, tell me. I'll give you $5.
Now.
Well, how about a baby boy? A big rascal, 230 pounders. What do you say to that?
I say only this. Heed the gypsy's warning. Leave this place before it is too late. Come here.
Did you hear what she said?
Yeah, I sure am glad you're too smart to believe in that nonsense.
20, 30, 40. Now, you sure they'll leave?
I depend on it.
Oh, I'm so happy. For 5 years, I've been trying to rid the neighborhood of that blight. Now, at last, my dream has come true.
The money, please.
Oh, yes. Where was I?
20.
30, 40, 50, 60. What if they decide not to move?
You have but to call on us at tea room. Yerko and I will pay them another visit.
Of course, that will cost you another $100.
Oh, well, I hope that won't be necessary. Let's see, where was I?
40.
50, 60. That's funny. I thought I had 100.
Rich lady must not try to cheat poor gypsies.
Oh, I wouldn't. My goodness, I'd pay any price to get rid of those dreadful hillbillies. Now, where was I?
50.
70, 90, 100. There you are.
Blessings of gypsies upon you.
Thank you. Oh, by the way, not a word of this to my husband. He panics at the thought of losing that 60 million. Well, toodaloo, or zigeuner, or whatever you gypsies say.
Gypsies say, what 60 million?
The Clampetts have $60 million in my husband's bank.
This you not tell poor gypsies.
Well, what difference could it make?
Very rich people require very special curse.
Here. I suppose that costs extra. Is a curse deductible?
This curse is complimentary to build goodwill.
Oh, wonderful. Well, happy hexing.
Mother,
She must have had another $40.
Granny must have 15 million.
Yes, but how do we get it?
Very simple, my son. I will read her palm again. I will see a dark, handsome man. He will marry her.
Marry Granny? A dark, handsome man?
So you're not handsome.
Me? No, wait a minute. Mother, listen.
I'm sorry, Chief, but Granny just called with an impossible request, and I thought I'd better...
Miss Hathaway, when a woman has $15 million in my bank, no request is impossible.
But she wants to take the $15 million out of your bank.
Impossible.
I thought you'd feel that way. She'd like it in gunny sacks out in front so she can pick it up on her way back to the hills.
Again, she's going home. Oh, what is it this time?
Well, it seems a couple of gypsies told her there was a curse on the mansion.
Oh, only a nut would believe gypsies.
Your wife believed them?
I just said that. Well, what two gypsies can do, two more gypsies can undo.
Oh, Chief, where are you going to find two more gypsies in Beverly Hills?
Let's go, Natasha.
Back upstairs for another load, young ones. We gotta get out of this house before something happens.
What is it that's going to happen, Granny?
Don't ask, child.
Well, why not?
'Cause I don't know.
Granny, I told you we ain't gonna let them gypsies scare us out of our house.
But, Jed, she called every turn.
She might have heard it coming through Bug Tussle. Now, you young'uns, put all that stuff back upstairs.
Jed, she's seen doom right here in my hand. And I can see it now, too. Look, cuts right across my heart line.
You done that cleaning catfish with a dull knife.
Is this house doomed or ain't it? Because I ain't gonna do no more toting.
Ah, there's doom at the door. Run outside, young'uns, and save yourself. No, not that way. You're liable to hit it head on.
Granny, stop spooking the boy. He's liable to run right through a wall. Well, it's the gypsy lady again.
She come back for my baby.
You got a baby, Granny?
Hush up and duck.
I have good news. There is no curse on this house. Gypsy make mistake reading palm.
Oh, don't blame yourself, ma'am. Granny's got a catfish scar.
If you will let me see your hand again.
Run, Jethro! Get away from me, Gypsy. You're in league with the devil. Forces of evil. Don't you touch me, Jed! Get a gun and shoot her!
This heart line. I see love, romance. I see dark, handsome stranger coming into your life.
You do? Who is he? Where's he from and when's he coming?
Before I can tell you more, I must consult cards, read tea leaves, brew special potion. Could my son and I make camp here overnight?
Why, sure. Can't they, Jed?
Granny, I thought you was scared of gypsies.
Whatever give you that notion? Why, some of my best friends are gypsies. Like my friend Narda here. She's a queen.
Oh, we'd be pleasure to have you, ma'am, but no call for you to camp out. We got plenty of spare bedroom.
Oh, thank you.
Jed, gypsies is outdoor people. To put a gypsy in a house is like putting a bird in a cage.
Well, we would not mind.
Oh, now you're just trying to be nice. We're not going to force our ways on you.
Granny, it gets pretty cold out there nights.
But, Jed, that's what gypsies like, to sleep on the frostbit ground. Why, to put a gypsy in a warm bed, why, they's miserable. He means well. He just don't know your ways like I do.
Well, just this once we could sleep in...
Now, Narda, I know that you draw a heap of power from sleeping out under the moon. And I want you at your peak when you conjure up my dark, handsome fella. Now, you take your wagon and go out by the cement pond and camp there. I'll see you later.
Granny, it's going to get pretty nippy out there tonight.
Jed, you don't know these people like I do. A frostbit gypsy is a happy gypsy.
Drive around back and make camp for the night.
Make camp? There must be at least a dozen bedrooms in this mansion.
We are outdoor people.
Not me. I'm a Tirum gypsy.
Do as I say and you will be a rich gypsy.
Has my dark, handsome stranger come yet, Jed?
Not yet.
Well, I'm ready for him. Skillet, skillet in my hand. Who's the fairest in the land? You little doll.
Granny, I hope you ain't setting too much store by what that gypsy told you. Dark, handsome men don't grow on bushes.
Jed, I know my gypsies, why they got powers that even you and me can't understand. If Narda says a man is coming, he's a-coming.
I hope so.
Why, she'll throw a spell on him that, well, he can't even help himself.
I have brewed magic tea. Come drink.
Hot diggity-dog. There. Now, where's my fella?
I find him in tea leaves.
You should have told me. I swallowed half of him.
It's all right, I see him.
What does he look like?
Very dark, very handsome, has mustache. He comes on wings of song. Any moment now.
Stop that record! I can't hear what the gypsy's saying. Oh, it's you, Jerko.
Yerko.
Sorry I yelled at you. Go ahead and play. I like fiddle music.
Very good for romance.
Nothing better. How's that for service, Jed? She's not only conjuring me up a fella, but she furnished a fiddle player to put him in the mood when he gets here.
Uh-huh.
You done your part, Narda. Now it's up to me and Yurko.
The gypsy's blessing upon you. And on you, my son.
That's the only tune you know how to play.
Oh, no. Anything you want.
Well, how about something popular like 10-cent cotton, 40-cent meat?
I don't believe I know that one.
How about the letter edged in black? That's pretty on the fiddle. Or the coffin in the baggage coach you had?
Well, they ain't exactly courting tunes, Jed. There he is. How do I look, Jed?
Why, Granny, you want me to go let him in?
No, I'll go. You stay here and try and learn that goomer some courting music.
You know the Crawdad song?
I don't think so.
Well, you'll catch on in a hurry. It goes like this. You get a line and I'll get a pole, honey. You get a line and I'll get a pole, babe. You get a line and I'll get a pole. We'll go down to the Crawdad hole. Honey, baby, mine. Now you get it.
Are you sure gypsy men wear earrings? I feel like a darn fool.
You look fine, Chief. Very handsome.
I'm coming, lover. Ooh, dark and handsome with a mustache. Ooh, maybe it's Dustin Farnham or Bull Montana. It's a gypsy.
Yes, I am Zarko, king of gypsy.
I'm sorry. Spell or no spell, I can't marry you.
What?
I'm too old for an outdoor honeymoon. A frostbit granny is a miserable granny. Now, you stay in here. I'll go get Narda to take the curse off you, Zarko.
But we only want to tell you there is no gypsy curse on this house.
The heck there ain't. The place is crawling with gypsies.
Yeah, there are robbers.
Others! You can't swing a cat without hitting a gypsy.
Wait, I'll go with you.
No. You stay here. The less you see of me, the easier it's going to be for you to get over that mad passion for me.
Come on, let's find those gypsies and expose them.
Oh, don't forget, Chief. Those gypsies can expose us.
Oh, there you are. Listen to this. You get the line and I get the pole, or Chichornia. You get the line and I get the pole, or Chistrasnia.
Yeah, that's fine.
Will you marry me?
Marry you? I just turned down your king.
Jet, the gypsy woman just looked into my future.
Mine, too.
Yeah, I'm gonna meet a dark, handsome stranger.
Me, too.
Come on, Ellie.
Narda!
Hold on, youngins. Let's see how Granny made out first. Well, Granny, your fella show up?
Yeah. In fact, there's two fellas wanting to marry me.
Well, looks like Narda delivers the goods.
Yeah? She's long on volume, but a mite short on variety.
What you mean?
They's both gypsies. It appears that's all she can conjure.
You hear that, young'un?
I don't care. Gypsy gals is pretty.
And Gypsy fellas is handsome.
Come on, Ellie.
Gypsy living is all right for young'uns, but not for me. Betwixt the froze ground and them stole, squalling babies, I never would get any sleep. Tiger!
Yerko, my son, where are you going?
Back to the tea room. These people are Meshuggah.
$60 million they can be, Meshuggah.
But I proposed to Granny, and she turned me down.
There are 3 others in the family. Between us, we will unload a dark, handsome stranger on one of them. Who are you?
I am Zarko.
I am daughter of Zarko. I am Yerko.
I am mother of Yerko.
I am Jethro.
I am cousin of Jethro.
Hey, you must be that gypsy gal I was supposed to meet.
But of course.
And you must be my gypsy fella.
What else?
Hey, come on, let's get acquainted.
What tribe you from, Gypsy?
What tribe you from?
I am queen of Zagrax.
I am king of greenbacks.
You tell fortune?
Yes, and I see jail in your future. Now hit the Romney Trail before I call the bunco squad.
Wait, don't spoil good thing. There's plenty here for all gypsies. Very rich hillbillies.
Those are my very rich hillbillies.
What is the meaning of this? I paid you gypsies $100 to frighten the Clampetts back to the hills.
You did?
You know very well I did. Please don't take offense, but you bear a striking resemblance to my husband.
Striking is exactly the right word. Oh, wait till I get you home.
Never!
Now hand over that $100.
Stay away. I put curse on you.
I'm married to her, and you're gonna put a curse on me? Put it there.
I see money in your hand.
Yes, but I don't, so hand it over.
I see much money. Killing in stock market.
Oh, I don't buy that gypsy jazz. I'm a practical, down-to-earth banker. So put the $100 in that hand.
Melbourne!
And this hand I'm saving for you right over my knee when I get you home.
Melbourne, darling, please don't be angry. I'm sorry for what I did. I'll be a good wife from now on.
It won't do any good to plead.
I'll be a loving wife. I'll shower you with hugs and kisses.
And threats won't work either. How big a killing in the stock market?
Very, very big.
And what stock shall I buy?
It's cloudy. For cash, clouds might lift.
Uh-huh. How much?
For fellow gypsy could have at cost $90.
10, 20, 30, 40, 50.
Daddykins!
Margaret, please.
But Babykins loves Daddykins!
And Daddykins loves Moneykin. Now, where were we?
20.
40, 50.
Wadykins!
Margaret!
You're my dark, handsome gypsy sweetheart! No! Narga, break the spell on Zarko. He done grabbed himself a married woman. Think of your husband, Miss Drysdale. Let go. Granny!
Besides, I already turned him down. You're getting him on the rebound. You don't want a second-hand gypsy.
But Granny, listen!
Now you listen. Even if you were free to marry him, you ain't no more up to an outdoor honeymoon than I am.
Now, where was I?
40.
All right. 50, 50. There wasn't $100 there. My wife cheated you.
Happens to poor gypsies every day.
Did you call off the spell?
Not yet.
It must have been a humdinger to give him a hankering for that old Betty.
True.
I want to see how you do it. What's going on in there?
Oh, come on in, join us.
Yeah, Granny, my gypsy fella plays a real good fiddle.
And my gypsy gal dances up a storm.
Did you square dance, Gypsy?
No.
Oh, my father, Joe, he do big hot-foot Hungarian hold-down.
Well, let's go. And remember, the spell is still on you. Just dancing, no sparking.
Here goes.
Filmway's presentation.
Viacom.
Uncle Jen? Wait till you hear.
I want to tell him.
I'm gonna.
You ain't either. I am.
You ain't.
I am.
You ain't.
I
Hold
am.
on now, Jethro, you tell me.
Well, I forgot.
There's the king coming to stay at the Drysdale's house. King Alexander.
Yeah, now I remember. Let me tell him.
Well, I'm telling him.
You ain't.
I ain't.
Hold on now, Jethro, you tell me.
Well, it's a foreign-sounding name.
King Alexander of Sylvania.
Real live king, huh? No wonder they had so many folks over there fixing and cleaning.
Yeah, Miss Drysdale even hired us.
To do what?
Stay away.
Take that back to her and...
Hey, no, wait a minute, Uncle Jed. We can make a lot of money if you'll just play along.
What you mean?
Well, she said she'd double this if we could keep you and Granny out of sight, too.
Good morning, Chief.
Good morning. Get someone to sit in for you. I want you to drive me to the yacht harbor. I'm meeting Margaret down there to pick up King Alexander.
How exciting. And you look so handsome. What is that medallion you're wearing?
Oh, that's Margaret's idea. She thought when I met the king I should be wearing a decoration.
It's very impressive. Where did she get it?
From my den. It's an ashtray. Watch it, Miss Hathaway. I'm up to here with this nobility business, and I haven't even met the royal jerk yet.
Chief, what about Ellie Mae? Your wife says King Alexander is one of the world's most eligible bachelors. Worldly, handsome, witty, charming.
Look, those things don't count when we're talking about a lifetime companion for my sweet little Ellie.
Well, naturally, he'd need other important qualities to make him a good husband.
Right, and he doesn't have them.
No?
Not a nickel.
That's not what I meant. But why do you say that?
Because I've checked every financial rating book here, and he isn't even listed.
Well, he probably has a secret Swiss bank account. Alexander is the last of the big-time monarchs, always at one resort or another, on a yacht somewhere.
Really?
Yes, I've read that he's worth billions.
Billions? Well, maybe he's a man of good character after all.
Good character or good credit?
There's a difference. Miss Hathaway, what if the king and Ellie Mae were to fall in love and there was a merger?
I believe you mean marriage.
Yes, we've got to introduce them right away.
But Chief, it will take time to teach Ellie enough protocol even to meet the king.
Sir Milburn Drysdale, banker to the Royal Majesties. Oh, with the king's billions and the Clampett's billions in my bank, I can wheel and deal with the big money boys. The Rockefellers, Baron Rothschild, Bing Crosby.
Mr. Drysdale?
Hello, Mr. Clampett.
Howdy, Miss Jane. I'm sorry to bother you, but it's about that king that's coming to visit you.
Not me, you.
Me?
And your family. I told him all about the Clampetts, and he wants to meet you right away.
Chief!
Well, doggy, think of that. Bunch of old sorghum lappers like us rubbing elbows with a real live king.
Oh, Chief!
Something wrong, Miss Jane?
Oh, she's just a little upset because we had planned to surprise you with him.
Oh, well, I reckon that explains the money.
Money?
Yeah, your missus wanted to pay the young'uns to stay away from your house whilst the king was there. I reckon she didn't want them to find out about the surprise.
Of course. And Big Mouth Milburn put his foot in it.
Both feet, and it's too late to pull them out.
Well, we'll have to be leaving to pick up the king. Now, you go home, and I'll have His Highness there in about an hour, and have Ellie in her nicest dress.
No more.
Telephone call for His Royal Highness King Alexander of Sylvania.
Put the call in here. It's for you, Alex. Yes? Oh, thank you. My new host, Mr. and Mrs. Drysdale, just Robin.
Alex, why don't you stop being an international freeloader? If you'd settle down and apply yourself, you could be a first-class busboy.
I am a king, not a steward.
I was supposed to be a guest on your yacht.
For the first 2 years, you were a guest. From then on, you pay for your passage.
I offered to pay. I have billions in my Swiss bank account.
You have billions of Sabellian gluttonies.
The currency of my country.
Why, this paper napkin is worth more than a gluttony. Wait a minute. It is a gluttony.
I ran short of napkins. The Drysdale are just here. Please go. Huh? Oh, excuse me. Can I borrow your coat?
All right.
Thank you. I shall remember your kindness when my people return me to the throne of Siberia.
Oh, stop dreaming, Alex. You're down to sponging off bourgeois Beverly Hills bankers.
Yes, but they will know bourgeois Beverly Hills heiresses. I will marry one, and then, presto, the gluttony will again be worth something.
Well, they're worth something already. They make fabulous napkins.
Your Majesty!
Mrs. Drysdale, you may rise.
Help me. We are very honored to have you stay with us at our home, Your Money. Your Majesty.
Yes, Your Grace. We feel a great kinship to the aristocracy. I have very pure bloodlines, and of course Milburn is no stranger to nobility.
Oh, thank you. That's very thoughtful.
With your permission, we will proceed home now, Your Highness.
Now, friend, help me. What a scene. Miss Hathaway will have to drive me home.
You bring His Highness in the limousine.
Of course, my dear. Excuse me, Your Highness. Speaking man to king, I've heard you're worth billions. Is that true?
Quite true.
Oh, really? Well, I know a family you must meet.
If you like. Oh. Shall we?
I'll take you to my home in a moment, Your Majesty, but first you must meet the Clampetts.
It's a nice little place. Is there a Miss Clampett?
Yes, and I think you'll find her most unique. Not what you'd expect from the daughter of a multimillionaire.
Multi? Is that in dollars, drachmas, rubies, what?
Dollars. No, they're just one of my smaller accounts at the bank, 70 million or so.
70 million?
Of course, that's nothing compared to your assets.
Fortunately.
I beg pardon?
Fortunately, I have learned the common touch. I am looking forward to meeting Miss Clampett.
Oh, her name is Ellie.
Just purchased his company from home.
It ain't the same. Jethro says the kings wear gold crowns and fur-trimmed cakes and...
Come in, come in.
Come in, Your Highness. I seem to have lost my money clip.
You see, he ain't nothing to get all boggled over.
You can say that again.
I look outside. May I present His Most Royal August Highness, King Alexander of Sabellia.
Howdy, I'm Jed Clampett.
Oh, Mr. and Mrs. Clampett?
Oh, no, we ain't married.
Ah, but then you must be the beautiful lady I've heard so much about. Miss Clampett? Ellie, what an exquisite creature you are. Silver-haired beauty. Ellie.
Granny, he thinks you're Ellie. Say something.
Oh.
In good time, Jed. All right. I ain't Ellie.
This here's Granny. Yonder's Ellie Mae.
Beauty begets beauty. The sun has given her light to the moon.
This here is the King of Siberia, Ellie.
Well, howdy, King.
Excuse me. Call me Bobo, all my friends do.
Okay, King Bobo.
Hey, where is he? Where's the king? Where is His Highness? What'd you do with him?
That's my nephew, Jethro. He got that outfit from a movie studio, special for you.
He looks positively ludicrous.
Well, thank you. He'll be pleased.
I couldn't find your money clip.
But he did.
I missed him. He's gone, and all that's left is his royal napkin holder.
You big dope, this here is His Highness.
Him? Gee, you sure don't look like the king in my big blue book of fairy tales. Anyway, my liege.
Let's all go in the parlor and get acquainted.
Hello, Miss Hathaway.
Chief, where have you been? Your wife has been phoning every 5 minutes since I took her home. She thinks you kidnapped King Alexander.
For once, she's right. And he couldn't have cared less about protocol when he saw Ellie Mae.
Well, I hope there's no language problem.
What do you mean? Those two can speak in a universal language.
You mean love? Money.
Milburn?
Quick, lock the door.
Hello, Uncle Milby.
Doreen, what are you doing in town?
The question to be answered is, what have you done with His Highness?
I asked first. What is she doing here?
She's my niece, and I asked her to fly here and be King Alexander's companion during his visit.
Companion? What about getting married?
You are already married.
No. She no more. Poor little thing. She rushed into it before she was ready.
But I'm not bitter. Maybe my next husband will be Mr. Right. 7's my lucky number.
Leonard was number 7, dear. Now, what have you done with Alexander?
I think he's visiting friends.
I don't know what you're up to, Milburn. Probably something to do with his money. But Doreen is not going to let you out of her sight until she meets the king.
Right, Auntie Meg. I've never married royalty before. Unless you count the Pancake King.
Stay right here, dear. I'm going to see if His Highness is in the basement.
Doreen, why don't you fix your makeup in there? You want to look your best when you meet the king.
Oh, I sure do. How's this for openers?
You always were a shy little thing.
Duke, she'll wreck everything. Howdy, Mr. Drysdale, Miss Jane. We done invited King Alexander to stay over with us for a while. And I got to get you to tell me where to pick up his suitcases.
Wonderful. Thank you. There.
I know who you are.
You do?
They're looking for you.
Yeah?
She thinks he's king.
My name's Doreen. Can I be one of your friends and call you Bobo?
Shucks, you can call me Gatorface if you want to.
Bobo's okay. Why don't we get out of here and go for a ride?
All right. I see you're dressed first.
You bet.
Let's go. Ain't nothing that turns a girl's head like a uniform.
Ah, Ellie Mae. Look at these hands. These little hands.
They is kind of small for a man.
You are driving me mad.
I am?
Believe me, you are. My sweet. My angel. Ah, Ellie Mae.
Hey, why are you always kissing hands? Ain't you never heard of kissing on the lips?
Ellie.
Sorry, I hope I didn't hurt you.
Why did you do that?
Well, 'cause Granny said to when it's the first date, and it ain't a good night kiss.
Then it was not your idea.
Heck no, I like kissing. Mustn't disobey Granny.
Then your hand will do nicely.
Would you mind switching? This one's getting awfully chapped.
Well, here we are. This is the Drysdale place.
I thought you owned all sorts of fabulous sports cars.
Oh, no, just this one.
Thanks for the ride.
Yeah, now I'll pick you up right here for our date tonight.
But I thought you were staying here, too.
Oh, heck no. Already live next door.
Oh, that's a break. What are we going to be doing tonight?
Oh, I got some real big plans. We's gonna go frog hunting.
Frog hunting? But you're the king.
Yeah, I am pretty good at it.
Sure aren't what I expected. This truck and frog hunting tonight. And as for your famous wit,
I've only seen half of it.
Thank you. I ain't even warmed up yet.
Well, till tonight.
Yeah, and where's some old shoes? Thank you.
Never seen the like yet. Best courting dinner I ever served up. And that king never touched a bite. How can any man pass up groundhog goulash, baked buzzard eggs, and minced crawdads?
Well, maybe he just don't like rich food.
Beginning to wonder about him. How can you trust a fella that don't like fricassee of barn owl?
I wouldn't fault the king, Granny. The way he tells it, all Sabellians has tetchy stomachs.
What you mean?
Well, he says nobody in his country eats very good. It's all suffering from something called, inflated gluttony.
Oh, thank you, Your Majesty. I heard you were staying, so I dropped by with your luggage.
I'm sorry that there is so much of it. I am carrying several suitcases full of currency.
Oh, really? Oh, well, of course, with your kind of money, I suppose a suitcase full here and there doesn't amount to much, huh?
With my kind of money, you are absolutely right.
So if you're staying here, why don't you let me keep it for you at my bank?
Very well. Why don't you open an account for me with the money in these two, huh?
Wonderful. And do you want me to contact your Swiss bank for the balance?
Well, perhaps after Ellie and I are married.
You're getting married?
I am mad about her. Unfortunately, her enthusiasm for the idea does not equal mine.
Well, just how much enthusiasm does she have?
Roughly speaking, none.
She can't refuse you. You're the king of Siberia.
I know. But to use her exact words, she said, that don't cut no mustard with me.
Well, pardon me, Your Highness. Maybe it's because you're not acting enough like a king.
What?
Well, I mean, don't you have a uniform you can impress her with, a crown or a cape or something like that?
Of course, but do you think that will make much difference?
Oh, howdy, my liege. Mr. Drysdale, somebody left these suitcases on the front porch.
They belong to His Highness. Thank you, Jethro.
Well, thank you. That niece of yours sure took a shine to me. I don't know what done it. Either my uniform or my personal poise and magnetism.
Maybe it would help to wear my cape and crown.
Here we are, Miss Hathaway. King Alexander's first deposit.
In cash?
There must be $100,000 in each of these. He's got 3 billion more. Wait a minute. What's this stuff?
It's Sabellian currency. King Alexander's a billionaire, all right, in gluttony.
Well, it must be convertible to dollars. Look it up in the exchange rate.
I am. Let's see. Francs, guilders, glutonies. Yes, they're worth 4 to the dollar.
Well, that's still almost $1 billion.
No, Chief, the rate is 4 tons of glutonies to the dollar. Wait, there's a footnote. This rate is good only during world paper shortages. The rest of the time, they're absolutely worthless. Chief! Oh, don't take it so hard. You're not out anything.
I may be out the Clampets. That royal thief is up there right now sweeping Ellie off her feet, and I told him how.
That's the gluttony.
Maybe we're not too late.
Ellie May, I am a king. I offer you a life of complete luxury. Never again will you wear blue jeans. You will always be at the height of fashion. Only the nobility will speak to you. They will call you Your Majesty. Silence. Servants will wait on you hand and foot. You will drink vintage wine and eat gourmet food. You will do no work. You will sleep till noon every day. You will lack for nothing. Now say you accept.
Sorry, King, but it sounds just awful.
You're refusing me?
Yes, Your Majesty.
But I ain't. What? I was listening to the whole thing, and boy, that's a lot for me. Hi, Doreen.
There's the king. He's the one that took me for the ride.
He took you for a ride, all right. That's Jethro. There's the real king. Your Majesty.
Doreen, I gotta break our date tonight. I'm going to Siberia to live a life of luxury.
Drysdale, madame, I'm afraid I must say goodbye. The yacht I came in is sailing in 2 hours.
Hot dog, I'll get packed.
But you can't leave. You haven't gotten to know Doreen yet.
Oh, forget it, Aunt Meg. I am going back to Boston. Jethro was bad enough, but this one looks like something out of the big blue book of fairy tales.
Doreen! Oh, forgive her, Your Majesty. She's really lovely and single.
Is she by any chance rich?
Well, she's gotten 7 divorce settlements.
Wait, mademoiselle, wait! I will make you my queen!
Well, this is the last of the court and dinner leftovers.
Ellie, hope you don't feel too bad about the king leaving and chasing back to Boston.
Well, heck no. I never did love him. And when he put on that crown and got so uppity, well, I didn't even like it.
Leastways, he said we could have his suitcases. I can hardly wait to see what's in them.
I already looked, and every one was filled with nothing but paper napkins.
But they're nice ones. Well, tuck them in and let's eat.
Viacom.
Good morning, Chief. What's this I hear about the Children's Zoo returning your gift?
Yeah, how about that? A baby hippopotamus worth thousands of dollars, and they sent it back.
Well, I don't understand.
Neither do I. You try to do something nice for the kids, give them some pleasure, a little advice.
Advice?
Well, I didn't give them just a plain hippo. I gave them a hippo with a message.
Chief, how could you?
Now, what's wrong with that? Kids don't read enough these days.
But to turn a baby hippopotamus into a signboard.
Oh, it's only water paint it washes right off. That way, I can change the message every few days.
Uncle Milby?
Well, Milburn Drysdale is kind of cold and formal. Uncle Milby's more the real me. Warm, generous, fun-loving.
Save your pennies in a pig or save them in a cup, but bring them to the Commerce Bank or I will eat you up.
Kids love rhyme.
Oh, but Chief, that's terrible.
Well, maybe I can think of something better.
No, I mean, the whole idea is thoroughly reprehensible.
What are you talking about? I'm entitled to get something for my money.
What money? You got this animal by foreclosing on a stranded circus.
Well, what's the difference? A kid would have loved him. 1 week, we could have painted nursery rhymes on him, like, Pussycat, pussycat, where have you went? To the Commerce Bank for 5%.
Your telephone's ringing.
Oh, keep thinking of some others. Maybe the zoo director will change his mind.
Don't you worry, little hippo. I'll wash this right off.
Now, Jethro, I don't want any more arguments. I want a chicken pen, and I want it right up against Miss Drysdale's head.
Well, Miss Drysdale ain't gonna like it.
What she don't like, she can lump.
If I put the pen up against the hedge, some of the chickens will slip through and go to scratching up Miss Drysdale's flowers.
You think so?
Is you trying to provoke a scrap with Miss Drysdale?
Why, Jethro, she's my next-door neighbor. My dear friend. A lovely lady.
Well, I just hope you mean what... Hey, Granny? Hey, there's a real funny-looking critter next door.
Oh, out in the yard, is she?
I can't see too good, but it's big and fat and ugly and got a mouth like a gator.
That's my dear friend, all right.
Here, Granny, you look.
Was that your granny yelping or one of your critters?
Well, it sounded like Grin.
Ellie Mae, Ed, who is it complains when I tries to raise chickens in the back?
Miss Drysdale.
And who is it squawks when I tries to raise a cow?
Miss Drysdale.
And who is it screams to a high heaven when I try to run a goat or a sheep?
Granny, what are you getting at?
I'm getting at this. That spiteful woman has turned her backyard into a hog lot.
A hog lot?
Granny, Miss Drysdale wouldn't touch a hog with a 10-foot pole.
She's got one now that she better not try to touch without a 10-foot pole.
What you mean?
We raised us some big porkers back home in the hills. But this hog makes a razorback look like a ground squirrel. Come on, here. Come on. Is that a hog or is that a hog?
That's a hog.
Biggest thing I ever did see.
When you yell suey at that rascal, you better not stand twixt him and a trough.
You know something? I don't think that's a big hog at all.
Shh. Don't mean mouth him, Ellie. I hate to get that hog riled.
I mean, he's something else.
That's better.
I wonder where Miss Drysdale got to hold him.
Ellie, run around the back door and ask her.
Granny, I think this critter come from Africa.
That must be someplace in Virginia.
Virginia?
Yeah, they raise awful big hogs there. Feed them on peanuts.
Well, there's a goober grabber if I ever seen one.
Real whopper.
Well, I still say this ain't no big hog.
What are you talking about, child? Why, that rascal is good for 300 yards of chitlins alone.
And would you look at them jowls?
Take a tub of turnip greens just to season them.
You gonna butcher him, Uncle Jed?
Well, he ain't ours to butcher, Jethro.
Oh, how I wish he was.
Well, I'm telling you, that critter ain't no butchering hog.
And I'm telling you, you're dead. That animal is standing on a pair of 200-pound hams.
And that bacon would fill a smokehouse.
Look at the size of them pig knuckles.
But listen, Ellie, you run ask Miss Drysdale where she got him. Like I told you.
And while you're at it, ask her, could we buy him off her?
But, Pa,
Ellie may do as you're told. Time is a-wasting.
Uncle Jed, if you buy that rascal, he's gonna be eating high on the hog, sure enough.
High, low, and in between.
First thing I'm going to do is send one of them hams to Lee Summit, Missouri. That Willie Marr thinks she can cure a big ham.
Granny, can't you just send her a picture? Why, you'd be giving away 1,000 ham sandwiches.
No, Jethro. Missouri is the show-me state. They got to see it to believe it.
They could see this and still not believe it.
Granny, the maid says Miss Drysdale's back in Boston.
Do tell. What about the mister?
Well, he's down to the bank. Ain't nobody home but the maid, and she don't know nothing about this critter.
Well, well, nobody's home, huh? Jethro, instead of a chicken pen, you make me a hog pen. Ellie Mae, you...
Hog pen? Granny, you ain't fixing to bring this critter home.
Well, somebody's got to look after him, Jed. He's wasting away to skin and bones.
You leave him right there till I talk to Mr. Drysdale.
Well, suppose he don't want to sell him.
Well, then that's our tough luck. Come on, everybody.
Giddy up, come on.
Granny, I said leave that hog here.
Jed, I'm doing everything I can to keep him here. I'm even sitting on him.
Chief, I just spoke with the director of the Children's Zoo. He absolutely will not permit bank commercials on his animals.
Then I say no more zoo commercials on our money.
Zoo commercials?
Yes, did you ever hear of the buffalo nickel? What about the eagle on the quarter?
Chief, you are sick.
You bet I am. Here's a great chance to educate our little tots. Will you tell them my nursery rhyme I did?
Yes, and he doesn't consider a pussycat, pussycat, where have you went as educational.
But what about the second line? To the Commerce Bank for 5%. That's the educational part.
Give up.
I will not. I've got some brilliant stuff here. Listen to this. Peter, pumpkin eater, had a wife and couldn't keep her. Got a loan from Uncle Milby, now they always happy will be. And here's another one. Tom, the pauper's son.
That's the piper's son.
This kid is a pauper's son. So his old man borrows money from the Commerce Bank and strikes it rich. Oh, now, wait, here's a good one right here. Little Miss Muffet sat on a tuffet, figuring her interest rate. Along came a spider and sat down beside her and said, hey, this Commerce Bank is great. Wait. That may be the zoo director with a change of heart. Melvin Drysdale speaking.
I see somebody stuck there with a sick hog.
Sick hog?
Oh, he's in bad shape, Mr. Drysdale. His bristles have all fell out, and his tail has come on kink. Oh, I grant you he looks big and fat. But that's 'cause he's a windsucker. All blow. It's my word for it, Mr. Drysdale. That hog is dying of the epizootic.
Oh, Granny, you must mean the hippopotamus.
I mean the epizootic. Tell you what I'll do. I'll buy him from you, just for the hide and the tallows.
Mr. Drysdale, I hope you'll forgive Granny for trying to shuck you out of your hog. We'll call you back. Bye.
Come out of here, don't go on you.
What you doing, Granny?
Oh, hi, Jed.
Hi, what you doing?
Trying to get my rope out of the Drysdale's yard. He must have snagged on something like a root or a stump.
Or a hog.
A hog? Why, yeah. I'll bet you that's what happened. That poor starving critter probably swallowed the other end of my rope, thinking it was a big stalk of sugar cane.
You think so?
Yeah. We gotta save him, Jed. Why don't you call Mr. Drysdale, see if you can make a deal with him for that poor, sick, miserable beast.
Granny, the other end of this rope is tied around that hog's neck.
Oh, it's worse than I thought. He's trying to hang himself.
Hang himself?
Yeah. Amongst hogs, that's known as suicide.
What you been whitewashing?
The chicken house.
We ain't got no chicken house.
Well, I guess I wasted my time. Now, please, Jed, don't call Mr. Drysdale.
I'm gonna untie that hog.
No, Jed, don't go. I'll do it. Please, Jed, don't go. Wait, Jed. Don't touch that hog. You'll get the epizootic, sure as shooting.
That hog ain't got the epizootic, and you know it.
Well, he's got something that's about to kill him.
Yeah, you.
Well, whatever gave you that crazy notion?
Well, let's say it's the way you got him whitewashed. I understand you wanting this hog, but buy him off Mr. Drysdale fair and square.
All right, Jed, I will. After all, it's only money. You can't take it with you.
That's the spirit. Now, what do you figure is a fair offer?
Well, he's our next-door neighbor and our very dear friend. How about $1.25? All right, Jed. I'll go $1.30. But for that price, he's got to pull it through the hedge for me.
$1.30? Granny, that hog will weigh out at close to 1,000 pounds.
That's all hoof and hide. Why, dressed, I bet you he wouldn't go 20 pounds. I'll be lucky to break even.
Hey, Granny, give me my commission. I went around the neighborhood like you told me to and took orders on $200 worth of hog meat.
Hush. Holmes is on the phone.
Pretty good price for 20 pounds, isn't it?
Well, you wouldn't begrudge a poor old widow a little profit, would you?
Mr. Drysdale, this here is Jed Clampett. Say, would you consider $200 for that hog?
$200!
That's a deal, then.
Thief, winner rabbit!
Thank you, Mr. Drysdale. Bye. Granny, you can't take it with you.
Who's going anywhere? I'll have to put a lot of sawdust in my sausage to come out on that deal.
Granny, I told everybody...
You shut your big $200 mouth.
But, Granny, I told everybody you were going to come up with top-grade hickory smoked meat.
And you're right. I'm going to cut me a piece of hickory, and I'm going to smoke your meat.
Come on, Harold. Wait's getting you away from here. Let's go.
Hey, Ellie, where you going with Granny's hog?
I'm taking him to the zoo because he ain't no hog.
Well, he better be a hog. I done sold $200 worth of that rascal, and I ain't even up to his spare ribs.
Well, this critter's what you call a hippopotamus.
Can you get $200 worth of bacon, pork chops, or country sausage from a hippopotamus?
No.
Then this is a hog.
No, it ain't. It's a hippopotamus.
Don't say that, Ellie. You're going to cost me a fortune. Look, I'll show you what my commission comes to on what I've sold up till now. Look at here, $200 worth of orders. Now that's 2 naught naught dot naught naught. Now I get 5%. That's .05, and I put that under the naught, and times it. Let's see, 5 noughts is naught, 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 5 twos is 1, and a naught. Now, I just add that all up, and put down the knot. Well, I made me $1,000 commission.
Oh, $200 worth of orders?
It looks like in the meat business, the money's in the selling. Hog, I'm gonna get rich just selling your sausage.
There ain't gonna be no sausages, 'cause this here's a hippopotamus.
It might be a hippopotamus now, but it's coming out of that sausage grinder a hog. Yes, it is.
It don't tie me down to Ellie Mae. That hog ain't to be played with. Now, you take him around back to the trough.
But, Granny, this here's what you call a hippopotamus. That's a river horse.
He ain't no horse. Now, do as I told you.
I mean, he likes water.
Good. Give him all he wants and a lot of dry corn. We'll fatten that rascal up to where he can't move. Come on, Jethro, drive me down to Mr. Drysdale's bank. I got to bargain him out of that $200 price.
But Uncle Jed said it was a deal.
I say it ain't. That city banker and me is going to do some hog haggling. Now, get in.
What do you need, Granny? Ellie will take our hog to the zoo.
Ellie's going to take him back to the trough like I told her.
But, Granny, listen.
Now, you listen, child. That hog's hind leg is going to send me to my grave a famous woman. For years, they'll be talking about the Daisy Moses Memorial Ham. Right on, Jethro?
Chief, the owner of the circus just called.
Oh, good. Did he get the bank commercial tattooed on my fat lady?
Of course not. He wants to know if you'll take a baby elephant off his hands.
No, I won't.
The Children's Zoo would love to have it.
They would, eh? Well, maybe we can work something out. Now, let's see. A nickel drop into my trunkle. Draw 5% from sweet old uncle.
No, Chief, no. I have told you the Children's Zoo will not permit you to paint bank commercials on their animals.
Then they don't get the elephant. No more, Mr. Nice Guy.
Chief, listen, please. It seems that the baby hippo and the baby elephant were inseparable companions. And now the baby elephant is pining away for his friend. They should be together.
But how can they be? I just sold the hippo to the Clampetts. They think it's a big hog. Hey, wait a minute. Maybe I can tell them the elephant is a long-nosed calf.
Can we come in?
Granny, Jethro, how are you? How's that big hog?
He's too darn high. That's how he is. You hornswoggled Jed out of $200 when you sold him that puny hog.
Puny?
But you speak when you're spoke to. Now, you and me is going to do some hog haggling.
There's no need to, Granny. You can have him free.
Oh, no. I came here to haggle, and we's going to haggle. Now, you set a price, then I'll make an offer. Then we'll lock horns and go at it.
Granny, if he's willing to...
You listen and learn, boy. I'll show you how it's done. All right, let her fly.
I'll sell you the hog for $50.
I'll give you 10.
40.
20.
30.
40.
40.
50, and that's my last offer.
Well, all right. So?
Adam, he don't know what hit him.
But, Granny, he was going to sell you the hog for $30.
Didn't learn a thing, did you? I'll see if I got $50 in my reticule. You might have to carry me for part of it.
Oh, no problem. Oh, Granny, as long as we're dealing, how would you like to buy a long-nosed calf?
Oh, no. No, Chief. You are not going to sell her that.
But if she wants it?
No, I absolutely will not let you.
Jethro, you are now watching the oldest trick in the haggling business. You see, she, pretending that she wants the calf, is supposed to make me want it all the more. That's what they call chumming the sucker. Here's your money for the hog. We'll talk about the calf some other time, when your partner ain't around.
Well, I'll be right with you, Granny. Mr. Drysdale, I'm going to open up a big account with you. Yeah, I'm making money hand over fist.
Wonderful.
How are you doing it, Jethro?
Well, selling meat on commission. I made $1,000 already today.
What kind of meat are you selling?
Oh, hickory smoked ham, bacon, chops, ribs, you name it, I got it.
Well, then, put me down for $50 with the bacon and ribs.
I'll take $20 worth.
Hot dog. 50 and 20. Naught, fetch down the naught. 5 and 2, fetch down the 7. Times dot, naught, 5. I done made another $350.
Jethro, when do we get the meat?
Oh, quick as Granny butchers that big hog you done sold her.
What did he say?
He said, quote, quick as Granny butchers that big hog you done sold her, unquote.
I thought that's what he said. I'd better get Mr. Cliver on the phone and tell him to stop Granny.
I'll say you'd better. And if anything happens to that hippo, Uncle Milby will be Uncle Mud.
Like the water, don't you, Harold? Granny's scared of it, so we safe in here.
Ellie Mae's drowning my hog. Quick, Jethro, jump in and pull him out. Give him mouth-to-mouth recitation.
I ain't getting close to them jowls till he's on a plate.
He won't tell Granny. He likes the water.
She done turned him into a pet.
Forget him, Jethro. By the time he gets out of the water, he'll be ruined. There ain't no market for soggy sausage.
Granny, how's the hog? Is he all right?
Oh, he's fine. He's fine. We just given him a bath. I tell you what. I'll trade you my big, clean hog, even up, for your dirty little long-nosed calf.
It's a deal.
Chief, both those animals are going to the children's zoo. You promised.
Oh, well, all right. Back to Mr. Nice Guy.
Mr. Drysdale, I don't want to shame you in front of nobody, but that ain't no long-nosed calf.
Thank you.
But that zoo sure is getting a prize-winning hog.
Chief, I just spoke to the director of the children's zoo, and the truck is on its way.
Fine.
The children are going to be charmed and delighted by these animals.
He's going to like these poems, too, Mr. Drysdale.
Poems?
Yeah, he's wrote a dandy on this critter. You can give my trunk a yank if you bring your folks to the Commerce Bank.
Viacom.
The comedies you love. Get it.
Come and get it! And Jethro, Ellie Mae in the kitchen!
What is it, Granny?
What, Granny?
What are we having, Gran?
Spring tonic. Now line up and get in here and line up. You got to the count of 3. 3. I ought to double dose you for that.
Oh, lady, I'm feeling frisky as a cold clover. I think I'll just pass up getting tonic this year.
Stay right where you are. Now, Ellie, where's your monkey? I want to test my batch.
Yeah, Ellie, get this ape away from me.
Oh, Betsy's got a crush on you, Jethro.
A crush? That's the craziest thing I ever heard of.
Yeah, as pretty as she is, she can do a lot better than you.
You just tell her to keep her old monkey paws to herself.
Quiet. I want to test my tonic.
Sure is working fast, Granny.
And I cut it with French water.
Chief, it's almost time for your luncheon date with Dr. Clyburn.
Oh, that's right. Remind me to forget my wallet so he'll have to pay.
Chief, you pulled that on him the last 3 times. It just isn't fair.
All right. I'll take some money. We can go Dutch Street.
Just put the tonic down, Jethro, till Granny rounds up some employees.
Uncle Jed, I don't care if she did have a crock full left over. I sure wouldn't have told her to pass it out here at the bank.
Don't worry about it, boy.
Yeah, but you seen what it done to Bessie. Oh, she's acting like her and me's engaged.
I know. That's the reason I switched Crocs on Granny.
What? Well, this looks just like spring tonic.
That ain't nothing but Granny's homemade root beer.
Hey, good thinking. And I'm dry as a biscuit.
Jethro!
Quiet, girls, quiet now. Here's the first ones, and there's more on the way. Now, you wait here whilst we go tell Mr. Drysdale. Come on, Jed, you bring the tonic.
Jethro,
I was hoping we could try some tonic together, but Granny says that there's a Bessie in your life who won't let you go for a minute.
Bessie? What the heck, Bob? Bessie's just a doggone Granny was right. As far as Bessie's concerned, we's engaged.
Now, Mr. Clampett, Granny, what can we do for you?
Well,
Say, that looks a little heavy. Let Miss Hathaway carry it.
Set it right here, Jim. You and your workers are in for a real treat, Mr. Drysdale.
Wonderful. You've been cooking again, Granny?
Oh, better than that, making medicine. This here is my spring tonic.
Oh, no, Granny, you shouldn't
Now,
have...
you don't have to thank me. You folks here at the bank are our best friends in this here town. All right, Jethro, run him in.
Mr. Clampett, you've got to stop Granny. The last time I took that stuff, I ended up in the hospital.
Yeah, I remember. You strained your back trying to lug your wife across the threshold.
There's nothing to trouble with, Mr. Clampett. I shall never forget the effect it had on me last spring.
One at a time. The rest of you wait outside.
But I want to be there.
I know what Granny's spring tonic does to city folks, but you can stop worrying. All she's handing out there is root beer.
Well, that won't fool anyone.
It might. You see, I'm counting on a little wishful thinking from the girls and a whole lot of pride from Granny.
So, you want to be first, eh, honey?
Well, I heard what happened to Miss Hathaway last spring, so go, go, go. Gee, nothing's happening.
It ain't.
Oh, I think I'm feeling it.
Of course you are. Kick up your heels little.
Okay.
That's better. Next.
now hold it. I tell you, I have a luncheon appointment with Mr. Drysdale. I'm Dr. Roy Clyburn.
Yippee! Hi, handsome. Girls, wait until you taste that groovy tonic. Granny's a wizard.
Granny, that little hillbilly is making medicine again?
Is she ever? It's got the kick of a zombie. Funny thing, though, it tastes just like root beer. Well,
Roy.
Dr. Clyburn.
So, Granny, you're at it again.
You ought to wait your turn, Roy. But seeing that you're a doctor, I'll give you professional courtesy.
I've just been waiting for a chance to catch you passing out that tonic.
Then you're in luck. Open wide.
What? That's all I need.
Roy, let me explain.
Let me explain. I have been trying to stop that little witch doctor's illegal practice of medicine ever since she came here, and I finally got a witness that can do it. Me.
But, Roy, please.
And let me tell you another reason I'm so happy this happened. Because at lunch today, when you forget your wallet, I won't be there to pay the check.
Hi, how much tonic did y'all pass out?
Just 2 doses. One girl and Dr. Clyburn.
And Miss Jane said to come back and pass the rest out later?
We wasn't thinking, Granny. It would be hard for him to tend to the banking business with all that high-powered tonic sloshing around inside of him.
Ellie, it's the best batch I ever made. Why, Dr. Clyburn put near flew out that office after he took it.
Hey, speaking of spring tonic, where's Bessie?
Oh, she's out back waiting for you to come home.
You mean that stuff ain't wore off yet?
Take a look.
Ellie Mae, tell her I ain't interested. Doggone!
Don't worry, Jethro. She'll get over it.
But that'll take hours. Them's my bananas.
Oh, here you are.
Oh, get out of my office, Milburn. I'm through talking. Granny is going to face charges for practicing and dispensing medicine without a license.
But that tonic she was passing out was root beer.
Good. That's another charge. Fraud.
Please, Roy, let's talk about it over lunch. My treat. Well, there's no need to go out. I stopped on the way. American cheese on the bite.
That is my lunch.
Well, half of it is.
Out.
You can have the pickle.
I have patience waiting.
Granny's intentions are good. She's just a little unconventional.
unconventional. She makes Baron von Frankenstein look like Dr. Spock.
You've always said that the medical profession is badly understaffed. And she just wants to help.
Well, she's going to by staying out of it. And the two of us are going to see to it that she does just that.
Two of you?
Myself and the judge.
Oh, no! Before I let you put that sweet little old account behind bars, I'll swallow every pill in this jar.
Help yourself. They're cotton balls.
Oh, please, Roy. Let Granny come down and watch you. See what modern medicine is like, and when she does, she'll know how far behind she is and quit of her own accord.
Absolutely not, Milburn.
All right. You forced me to do this. What are we? 12 stories up? Oh, this is going to make some very ugly headlines if you refuse me and they find a body lying down there.
Milburn, now wait. Don't do anything foolish. Don't jump.
Who's talking about jumping? It's your body they're going to find. Oh, Roy. Give it a chance. Let Granny come down and observe. I'm begging you.
Oh, stop. If you're that desperate, I'll think about it.
Thank you. Bless you. How can I ever show my gratitude, my appreciation? Say, what about taking my half of the sandwich?
Granny, what y'all got up for?
Dr. Clyburn called. Wants me to come down to his office to talk medicine with him.
Yeah, Ellie told us, but how come the flowers and ribbons?
Jeff, just 'cause I'm a physician don't mean I can forget I am a woman.
Well, which one you trying to be now?
Hasha!
Granny, here's your doctoring bag. Put in the vanilla extract like you said.
Perfume, too.
It ain't perfume. It's for making remedies to show Dr. Clyburn.
Is that what this roast chicken and homemade pumpkin pie is for?
Never mind. You and Ellie go get the truck and take me down to his office.
Yes, ma'am.
Granny, if I didn't know better, I'd swear you had your cap set for Dr. Clyburn.
Hogwash. This is nothing but a professional visit.
Now stop it and tell me why you're doing this. You never gave two hoots for Dr. Clyburn before.
Well, he never give a hoot for me. But now that he's calling me up and asking me down to his office and all, well, maybe we finally got something to hoot about.
He sure has done a turnaround.
That was an awful good batch of spring tonic he got a dose of.
Believe me, Granny, that tonic he took has nothing to do with it.
I probably should have had you down here long before this. I just hope it isn't too late.
Oh, it's never too late, Dr. Clyburn. Can I call you Roy?
Oh, Roy will be fine.
Dandy. Then you don't have to call me Dr. Granny. Just call me Granny. Or, Daisy.
Granny will be fine.
You know, I kind of thought that my tonic had something to do with you asking me here today. But Jed said he didn't think so.
Well, Jed was wrong. I've restrained myself for a long time, but after you tonicked me this morning, I knew I had to do something.
Always was a great little icebreaker.
I beg your pardon?
Oh, nothing. What's in there?
Oh, well, come on in. I'll show you. This is where I see most of my patients.
Uh-huh. What's that music?
Oh, it's background for relaxing.
Well, first let's get to know one another better, and then we can dance.
That smell. It's like vanilla.
It's vanilla extract. I even got it behind my ears.
Oh? Well, would you like to wash up?
Ain't you the kidder? Well, I'm glad to see you ain't again taking a little nip now and then, Roy.
I wouldn't drink that stuff. Why, that'll make you blind.
Well, I grant you gotta know when you've had enough.
Let's get down to business.
All right.
With the equipment and instruments I keep in this office, I can perform many types of minor operations.
All right, then. Let's see you start carving this chicken. And after we've eaten, we'll see about that dance.
Come on and drink some more catnip tea now. It'll work again the tonic.
You heard from Granny?
Well, no, sir, Paul. I've been keeping Bessie company. She's still pining for Jethro.
Well, that's too bad.
Yeah, and the worst part is, well, he's been treating her just like an animal.
Yeah, well, Ellie, Bessie is an animal, and she better start forgetting about Jethro. Sorry, Bessie. Oh, hello? Well, Granny, how you doing down there?
You gotta pick me up here at Dr. Clyburn's office right away.
He ain't made no improper advances to you, has he?
He ain't even made a proper one. I thought at first my tonic wasn't working. But the trouble is, he's too worried to think of romance.
Worried about what?
He's failing in his profession. In the 2 hours I've been here, he ain't had one patient. No. And all that time, he's been trying his heart out to convince me he's a good doctor. How? Well, telling me how good trained he is and how modern doctors need all this fancy equipment like he's got. And he's coming now. I gotta hang up now.
Here we are, Granny.
Won't you even have a little piece of pie, Roy?
No, Granny. Now, this is an electrocardiograph. Can't do a really complete physical examination without one.
Oh, that's nice, Roy. I'll bet you could give a dandy examination with that. You ever had a patient?
This costs $1,300, and what you've seen is only a sample of the modern equipment that I have here.
I ain't never seen so much stuff. Too bad there ain't nobody around to try it out on.
Yes? Who? Oh, now, didn't you tell her that this was my afternoon? All right, have her go into room B. Yes. I'm sorry, Granny, I didn't expect this, but I have a patient.
Oh, praise be. Don't get excited.
Oh, she's very influential in society, but the worst kind of a hypochondriac. Come along while I get her x-rays.
Doctor?
Go right in, Mr. Longpray.
I'm Dr. Grandy. I'm helping Dr. Clyburn.
Good. Perhaps you can do something for me. He doesn't seem to take a proper interest in my case.
And I think I know why. Before you come in, he described you as the worst kind of a hypochondriac. I'm going to help you. In my practice of medicine, it don't matter what religion you are.
I beg your pardon.
Now, what's your complaint?
Well, it's rather general. I'm a little short of breath. I can't sleep.
Stop right there. I can tell the rest by looking at you. First off, that corset's too tight.
What?
Get rid of it. Let the blood percolate. And them shoes are too small. Try some practical ones. And them hands. How long has it been since them hands done any work around the house?
I have 8 servants. I don't need to work.
Yes, you do. And the sooner, the better. Now, you go on. Try scrubbing the floor, washing the walls, and you'll sleep, believe me. Now, walk. And don't ride. Take them shoes off and walk home. Go on. And cut the stays in that corset.
Mrs. DeLongpray just left here in a rage. You were supposed to be with me. What did you say to her?
Nothing. Just that her corset and her shoes were a little too snug. She was mad. Huh?
Mad? She said she'd personally see that I lost every patient I had.
Well, look on the bright side, Roy. You ain't got too many to lose.
Granny, you'd better leave. I think I'm getting a little faint.
You must be hungry. Have some chicken. And maybe you better have a piece of pie, too. And then he sort of let out a yell and smashed my pie.
Well, you did lose his last patient for him.
Yeah. Plus, it must be awful. Seeing something you put so much into, your whole livelihood going down the drain.
He has had an awful run of bad luck lately.
Yeah. And then, too, this ain't exactly the hand of a natural-born healer.
Well, that's probably why he had you to come down there, to give him help. I bet you didn't care nothing about romancing you.
Who asked you?
Well, anyway, we gotta help Dr. Clyburn. We gotta figure out a way to get him some patients. Jethro, you thought of anything yet?
It's just a matter of time, Uncle Jet. I got my giant brain and 6 grades worth of education working on it.
Yeah. Well,
In the meantime, I think I know a way Dr. Clyburn could get the jump on them other Beverly Hills doctors.
Well, how, Paul?
By doing something none of the rest of them have thought of yet. Advertising.
Good idea, Jim.
What is it, Roy? What was that message about coming right over? Some emergency?
Granny called to have me watching television at this hour. Said she had a surprise for me.
Uh-oh. That sounds bad. What is it?
I don't know. I'm almost out of tranquilizer.
Here's Granny.
All right. Is it working? Are we on? Howdy there. This is Dr. Granny telling you there's one other first-class physician in Beverly Hills, Dr. Roy Clyburn, the healer with a heart. I want to show you a typical Clyburn cure. Here's a man afore-seeing Dr. Roy Clyburn, tired, run down, feeling poorly. Now, here's the same man after seeing Dr. Clyburn. Vigor restored, full of the dickens, a satisfied customer. Now I want you to all go down to the Beverly Crestview Medical Building and give this man your business. He's really up against it. And here's a special offer. To the first 50 folks, a dose of my own spring tonic. All right, turn it off. How's that, Sid?
Great, Granny.
If that don't get your poor old Roy some patience, nothing will. I said turn it off. It ain't, huh?
Well, thanks for having us over, Roy.
The only way you will leave this room is through that window.
But you're on the medical board. They know you wouldn't advertise.
Who cares about them? I'll never have another patient once this gets around.
Roy, I'll use you.
Milburn, you'll need me.
Where's Dr. Granny?
Dr. Granny has retired permanently.
Oh, I wanted to thank her. I decided to take her orders, and after I'd walked home and scrubbed some floors, I took a nap and slept like a baby. I liberated myself from top to bottom. No more girdle. And look at my new shoes. I must be getting back to the charity bazaar. Everybody in Beverly Hills is there.
Everybody? Then they didn't see the commercial.
I'm telling them all about Granny's firm approach to medicine. I hope you are going to keep up her fine work.
You bet I am. And the next time you come here, I want to see 5 pounds off those hips.
Oh, thank you, Doctor.
It's a nice feeling to help somebody out, ain't it, family?
It is.
Yeah. I feel so good, I'm gonna up and take Bessie for a ride.
Well, she may not want to go, Jethro. She's over that spring tonic.
Tonic or no, I ain't gonna be turned down by no ape. Come on, Bessie, I'll take you for a ride.
Looks like Bessie has finally gotten over her crush on Jethro.
Yeah, but now what are you gonna do about him?
There she is, Granny, just like back home.
Yeah, ain't it beautiful? Why can't we have it up all year round?
Now, you know Miss Drysdale wouldn't hold still for that. She claims to give the neighborhood a black eye.
I'd like to give the neighborhood a black eye, commencing with her.
Now, let's just be glad she's out of town for a spell and enjoy it while we can.
You're gonna get me a goat and some pigs and chickens, ain't you?
Everything you're homesick for.
Now, I want my soap kettle over there. And you can string me a clothesline from that corner post over there.
Oh, Granny! Miss Shane just drove in a gate with Mr. and Miss Flat and Mr. Scruggs.
Land sakes, they're early. My company riddles ain't ready yet. I gotta dice me some...
Lester the Lovely and Earl Scruggs.
Now, you ain't got nothing to worry about. That screen test ain't gonna make Gladys a movie star.
I wouldn't be too sure. She's awful pretty, sings a fine song. She's got a lot going for her.
Yeah, and I got a lot of going for me, too.
Like what?
Like she don't know it, but I've arranged for Jethro to direct her.
Through? What you doing with the fancy funnel? Oh, this here's what you call a megaphone. You holler through it. You going to a hog calling? Oh, no, sir. I'm going over to your movie studio and direct Miss Flatt's screen test. Oh, I changed my name. CB to Bodine. You can call me CB.
Thanks. Miss Flatt asked for you, did she?
Oh, no, sir. Mr. Flatt did. He wants to surprise his wife.
I just might do it. Come in.
Hi, Jen.
Howdy, Jen. Howdy, boys. Welcome, welcome. Where's Gladys?
She went right over to the studio.
Hi, Mr. Black. Mr. Scruggs. I'm all set to direct.
Well, good, good. Now, remember, Jethro.
Call me CB.
Remember, CB, I'm counting on you to direct every move Gladys makes.
Don't you worry, Mr. Flatt. When I get done with your wife, she's going to be what they call a finished actress.
That'll do it. Miss Flatt, if you'd like to relax for a couple of minutes, we'll light your stand in.
Oh, I didn't know I had a stand-in.
Oh, yes.
I have volunteered. Well, thank you, Miss Hathaway. My pleasure. It seems the critical lighting areas are the blonde hair and the blue gown. Oh, well, fine. Then you can certainly fill my shoes. Your shoes, yes.
Hey, what's going on here? Oh, howdy, Miss Jane.
Oh, greetings, CB. Gladys was just telling us how moved she is to have you as her director. I could cry.
Oh, shucks.
Jethro, I want you to sit right over here while I sing to you.
Oh, but generally, the director sits over next to the camera and yells at the actors.
Yes, I know, but I want you to speak to me with your eyes. Direct me with your expression. Inspire me with your nearness.
Roll a tape. No slate. Let's have the music.
I love the looks of you, the lure of you, the sweet of you, the pure of you, the eyes, the arms, the mouth, the east, west, north, and the south of you. I'd like to gain complete control of you and handle even the heart and soul of you. So love at least a small percent of me do, 'cause I love all of you. I'd love to gain complete control of you and handle the heart and soul of...
It sure is. Just a minute. Mr. Flatt, it's your wife calling from the studio.
Why don't you talk to her?
Why me?
Well, she talks to me all the time.
Not like she's going to talk to you now.
Hello, darling. How'd the screen test go?
Just marvelous, Lester.
What did you say? Marvelous. Well, didn't Jeff... who directed it?
My director's right here. I'll put him on.
I'll do it for you, Mr. Flatt.
Thank you, Jethro.
Just call me the star maker.
Oh, honey, here's my stand-in. Congratulations. Your wife was just great. Of course, the verdict won't be official until the film is processed, but that'll only take 3 days. Honey, let's move into the best hotel in Beverly Hills and make this next 3 days our second honeymoon. Lester? Lester? Hello?
Want me to hang up the phone, Mr. Flatt? Mr. Flatt?
See if he answers to Mr. DeLovely.
We're going to spend 3 days here?
Longer if you want.
How do you like it, Gladys? Are you happy?
Happy isn't the word, Granny.
It's just as nice inside. Come on in.
This is Henrietta, Mrs. Flat. She likes to roost on the foot of your bed, and in the morning she'll lay a nice fresh egg right on your pillow.
Thank you, Willie Mae.
I didn't realize things would be this bad, Gladys. No lights, no running water, pigs under the house, chickens on the bed. But don't you worry. If things get too rough, you just tell me. We'll hop the first plane back to Nashville.
Gladys, you'll never be able to stand this. That chicken will be squawking all night.
He sure will, when I get through with him.
Him?
We'll see who chickens first. Henrietta or Lester?
You got to admit, Jed, Lester and me was right.
She does appear to be happy, that little...
After all, it's our second honeymoon. I don't think you love me anymore.
Why, sure I do, honey. But I done shucked 8 bushels of corn, chopped 4 cords of wood, and ground a whole barrel of meal and chased that goat pretty near to town and back. I'm beat.
But, Lester, this is only Wednesday. What's going to happen by Friday?
You might be a widow.
Well, now, on Monday, I'm your darling. On Tuesday, I'm your baby. But on Wednesday, you don't get around to me. I don't want a part-time lover. Can't take a part-time lover. Won't have a part-time lover, no siree. I need your hugging. I need your kissing. It's your hugging and your kissing I've been missing. Now, if I'm not your one and only, I'd rather go on feeling lonely till the day the right one comes my way. I must refuse a part-time lover. Can't use a part-time lover. Gotta have a full-time lover every day.
Morning, everybody.
Morning, Earl.
Well, there's Lester's friend. I heard you two running around last.
Ellie Mae, get that critter out of here. The kitchen ain't no place for a goat.
Yes, ma'am. Oh, I'll take her up to my bedroom till she gets to feeling better.
I mean, put her at... No, well, sit down, Earl.
You kind of duded up for breakfast, ain't you?
Lester and me's supposed to have some publicity pictures taken. Has anybody seen the honeymooner this morning?
He must be up. I heard him chopping wood at the crack of dawn.
Chopping wood, huh?
He must have got his second wind.
Morning, Gladys.
Come on, Lester, let's go for a swim.
Oh, it's too cold to swim.
Oh, no, it's not. I just did 30 lengths of the pool, and it's wonderful. It's so exhilarating. Come on.
Gladys saying, but one thing would get me in the water this morning, I've already been baptized.
Oh, Lester, come on. I'll teach you the Australian crawl.
He's just barely able to do the Tennessee limp.
Are you sure you won't come swimming with me?
I better not, honey.
Well, I'm going to swim another 30 lengths, and then I'm going to play some tennis, and then I'm going for a long walk with Ellie. And when I get back, let's all have a square dance. Oh, swing your partner, don't be
Poor woman, little does she know she's only got 2 more days to live.
Now stop worrying about your clothes, fellas. These'll be great publicity pictures.
Yeah, Lester, you fill out Jethro's clothes pretty good.
That's more than you do for Ellie's.
Okay, fellas, now give me a fast chorus or something, and I'll snap some candid shots while you're playing.
I want the east, west, north, and the south of you.
Come on. We're going to make a screen test.
Me, Jethro?
You won't believe this. When I started to work on her, she didn't look one bit better than you.
Now if I'm not your one and only,
I'd rather go on feeling lonely till the day the right one comes my way.
I must refuse a part-time lover.
Can't use part-time lover.
Gotta have a full-time lover every day.
Granny, what's missing?
I knowed I should have kept it under lock and key. Letting it lay out there in the open like that was too much temptation.
Well, what's missing, Granny?
They didn't even touch the silver. Headed right for the valuables. Over 50 bars of my homemade light soap.
Granny, good as it is, I don't know nobody who'd risk jail to steal your soap.
Just name any movie star. Why, they'd do worse than that. To get my skincare beauty secret.
My soap?
Of course.
I'll help you make some more soap, but you won't need them hickory hide heaters.
It's the young'uns that need 'em, and the woodshed. Then we'd see how much mischief they could get into.
Now, Granny. I think it's more like they got too much time on their hands. I might go down and see can Mr. Drysdale find something for him.
You're wasting your wind. The couple of times he did put 'em to work, they were back home the same day.
I know.
I figure betwixt Ellie's secretarying and Jethro's ciphering, they made the other workers look sluggish.
Good morning, Miss Hathaway. You remember my nephew and namesake, little Milburn Drysdale?
How do you do, Miss Hathaway?
Hello, Milby.
His parents asked me to keep an eye on him for a few hours while they're gone.
Where have they gone?
Europe.
Oh, Chief.
Oh, I'm just taking care of him for the day. Tomorrow he starts boarding school. Milby, why don't you go in my office and play? I'll be right in.
Yes, sir, Uncle Milburn.
Oh, he's a fine youngster. A credit to the Drysdale family.
Chief, how did you get stuck with keeping that miserly little monster again?
Just a minute, Miss Hathaway. Last year when you took care of Milby, he was just going through a transition phase.
I know, like the wolf man.
Come on now, he's a fine lad.
He is a grasping, avaricious, crafty, conniving little money grubber.
Yes, everyone says he reminds them of me as a boy.
At the age of 6, when other little kiddies were playing hide and seek, Milby had started his first business.
So every kid has a lemonade stand?
Milburn opened a pawn shop. Chief, he needs other interests. He needs to go places and do things with someone he looks up to. So someone big and tall and strong.
I agree. You can have him all day.
Never again.
But I can't get away. You've got to take care of him.
Not even if you give me a whip and a chair.
Well.
Oh, hello, Uncle Milby. I hope you don't mind my borrowing this book from your desk.
Oh, not at all, my boy. A sympathetic look at Ebenezer Scrooge. That's one of my favorites. Now, what would you like to do today?
Well, a real fun thing is making money. I've got my eye on some property in the valley.
I see. Well, how are you going to earn all that money?
I could start by betting you $5 that in 30 seconds your face will turn blue. Okay?
All right. I'll take that wager, but just to give you a lesson in gambling. Never bet except on a sure thing.
I don't. Remember, you taught me that last year.
Blue? Sure. Well, little Milby, you certainly got the best of me that time. What would you like to do now?
I'd like to collect my $5. And then I'd like to do what we did last year. You know, run barefoot around the vault.
I'd like that too, my boy, but I'm very busy today.
Mr. Clampett is here to see you.
Mr. Clampet's a very important man. Milburn, please stop crying for Uncle Milburn. Mr. Clampett's my favorite depositor. He's got...
Well, you'll have to give me a little time. We're pretty swamped here today. I'll even have to find somebody to take care of Milby for me.
Well, why couldn't he spend the day over at my place?
Please, Uncle Milburn. Please, if I can.
I think it'll be all right.
Yippee! Thank you, Uncle Milburn.
And you'll be giving Ellie a job at the same time. She'll be your babysitter. She's waiting outside. I'll go fetch her in.
Did you say a babysitter? For me?
Yeah. Here she is now.
But I'm 11 years old. Of course, I'm very insecure.
Ellie, you got a job. You're going to babysit little Milby there.
Howdy, Milby. You're the first human being I ever babysat for. I am? Yeah, but I ain't worried, because I'll just pretend you's an oversized monkey. Let's go, Milby.
Well, there you are. are, Milby. Make yourself to home.
Boy, would I love to go into the escrow in a place like this.
Sorry to disappoint you, Milby. It's got 32 rooms and 14 baths, but I don't think it's got escrow.
What's the matter, Jethro?
I'm mad. Before I even got it going, I had to shut down my 5-second car wash.
A 5-second car wash? Why, you could make a fortune.
Yeah, I know. Say, for a little kid, Milby, you're pretty smart.
Business is my middle name.
Hey, how much schooling you had?
I finished the 6th grade.
Hey, I should have known. You can always pick out the fellers with the higher education.
Granny! I wonder where she is.
I don't know. You try the kitchen, I'll look upstairs.
Okay.
Ready?
All right, I'm coming. Where is the little tyke?
Hey, what you got there? What is all this?
Everything for the little young'un that Ellie Mae is babysitting with. I got blankets and bottles and diapers.
I reckon I didn't make myself too clear on the phone, and, you know, the baby we brung home is 11.
Well, 11-month-old baby will still need a lot of care. I can hardly wait to hold the infant in my arms again. Where is the little bundle?
Well, Milby is out with Jethro.
You left him out there with that big clock. Jethro, carry in little Milby and be very careful with him.
Really, little Milby is a big boy.
Here he is.
Hi. He is big for 11 months, ain't he? Almost as big as Jethro was at that age. Wait a minute. You ain't no little baby.
That's what I've been trying to tell you, Granny. Milby's 11 years old.
How do you do, Granny? My name is Milburn Drysdale.
You're named after Mr. Drysdale?
Oh, not quite, Granny. Milby's middle name is Business.
Milby Business Drysdale. That's a real high tone.
Come on out to the kitchen, have some milk and a piece of pie.
I wonder if I could have Jethro show me around the house first.
Well, all right. When you're through, come on out.
Hey, Milby, you mean you's turning down a piece of pie for even give off decent lots?
I'm buying it for a friend. He likes old junk and doesn't care what he spends.
Okay, then watch out, because I'm really taking you to the cleaners.
Swell. I'll give you $5 for the Gainsboro.
10.
$7.50.
Sold. Hot dog, is my Uncle Jed gonna be proud of me.
Here, sign your receipt.
I can't wait to tell him.
Why don't you wait until you can show him the check?
Okay. When he sees what a business genius I am, he'll let me run a 5-second car wash for sure.
Yeah, I want to see that. Will you show me how it works?
Right away. I'll flag down the first car I see and be ready for you in 5 minutes.
I'll be in the mortgage department. There may be a foreclosure.
I hate to interrupt your fun, but don't you think you should pick up Milby at the Clampetts?
Why? He's probably having the time of his life.
I don't doubt it, being just one bootlick away from $70 million.
I'll pick him up this evening. Now lay off. He's just a normal, high-spirited youngster.
Is it normal to be kicked out of 3 military schools in 1 year?
It happens.
For usury?
I don't care what the law says. 80% interest on a loan is not unreasonable.
I give up. Apparently, Milby is more important to you than the Clampett account.
That's your truck down there?
Yeah. Them bubbles is on account of the engine still running.
What happened?
Well, I couldn't get no cars to turn in the driveway, so I used the truck. Got it out yonder, and the ropes broke.
And this was your 5-second car wash?
Yeah. There is a few kinks in it yet. Doggone. The engine just died.
Gee, I was counting on you hauling away the things I bought with that truck.
Oh, I'll get it out. Well, I'm sure glad I drove such a hard bargain selling all that stuff to you. At least I'll be able to show my Uncle Jed I've done something right.
But remember, you won't show him until I'm gone. You have the check, right?
Hey, how does a little kid like you get all your money anyhow?
I use my head. For instance, this morning, I got $5 out of my Uncle Milburn. Nothing to it.
How'd you do that?
Cost you 50 cents to find out.
50 cents? For a way to get $5? It's a deal. Pigeon, I mean, partner. Hey, Uncle Jed, Granny, I just found out the best way to make $5 you ever heard of.
Well, what is it?
I'll show you. I'll bet you $5 that in 30 seconds, your face is going to turn blue.
Jethro, I ain't a gambling man.
Go on, Ched. It's a sure thing.
All right, I'll bet you.
Okay, here we go.
All over my kitchen. How dare you come in here and make a mess like this, you big funnel brain!
Hey, no, wait a minute, Granny. I didn't
Hey, you big cabbage head!
Granny! Jethro, I told you to stay out of trouble while Milby was here. What have you been up to now?
Well, do you want to hear the good or the bad news first?
I got a feeling either way I'm gonna need my switches.
Now, you come right over here and sit down. Well, reckon we might as well get the bad news out of the way first.
Well, it ain't that awful. It's just that I dropped the truck in the cement pond.
Where's the switches?
Sit right there, Granny. I'll fetch him.
Hey, now, hold on. Wait till you hear the good news. Oh, you'll forget all about the bad.
All right, start them jaws a-hopping fast.
Yeah, well, you know how this house is full of bric-a-brac and junk and paintings and stuff? Most of it hundreds of years old and just cluttering up the place? Well, I unloaded almost half a ton of it on that little Milby.
You what?
And he's not only taking it off our hands, he's paying almost $200 for it. How about that? Look at there. The good news just knocked her right over. Reckon I don't get no switching now, huh?
Not for the bad news, no, but you're gonna get a... What's going on?
Just disciplining my nephew, Mr. Clampett. I'll be right back and make amends for all this. Get in, Miss Hathaway.
You must have spanked him good. We could hear him yelling clean inside.
That's not what he was yelling about. He's used to spankings. I got him where it really hurts.
What you mean?
I took his money belt.